So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl Barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. You see, religion and the church. Religion and the church. Issues surrounding religion and the church in Nigeria is a very sensitive one. A lot of people do not want to talk about it. A lot of people do not want to address it. A lot of people do not want to face the glaring and obvious issues that are existing in the church. Despite you and I, both of us, we all know that there are very serious atrocities being perpetrated in the church and in the guise of religion in Nigeria. Issues bordering on fraud, sexual offenses, lies, deceit, manipulation, and blackmail now has its headquarters rooted in the church. And yet it is a forbidden topic. If you dare to speak, you'll be tagged as attacking the church, unchristian, blasphemous, touching God's anointed, and all sorts of names. But if addressing the ills in the society, the ills in the church, which forms part of the society, makes me Antichrist, then I will gladly wear my horns and my black cape with pride. So today's story is about Bishop FELIX DURUEBUBE, the General Overseer of Mercy House Church International, located in Port Harcourt, Rivers State of Nigeria, who is accused, and by implication, which you will get to see in the later part of this video, has admitted being in an illicit sexual relationship with a minor. And if you're thinking that this illicit, abominable, amorous relationship is the worst that happened in this case, you better sit back and listen to the end of this video, because what I will reveal will shock you to your bones. So this illicit sexual relationship, should I call it a relationship? Because relationship connotes mutual acceptance. And as you know, a minor is incapable of giving consent in the eyes of the law. So there was no mutuality and there was no consent because this victim was and is a minor. This illicit sexual affair between this suspected pedophile pastor and his 16-year-old church member was said to have begun over a year ago, between the months of April last year, 2021, till May of this year, 2022. And not only was married Daddy G.O. having unlimited and unhindered carnal knowledge of this child, the charge sheet of the court also showed that Daddy G.O. made this child to take an oath never to sleep with another man and never to reveal to anybody the fact that he was sleeping with her, else she was going to run mad and die. The first question that any sane, logical, and unbiased person will ask is, how can we be so sure that this is true? How can we be so sure that this is true? After all, these little girls can be very mischievous, that I admit. And that I also asked myself when I first heard of this case. What is the certainty that this actually happened? Don't forget that this is the era of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and men are being given a chance to speak their truth and enjoy the benefit of doubt. So if you are one of those people pondering if this is another false accusation, well, there is enough evidence to prove that this is far from a false allegation. As shortly after this incident broke out to the news, a leaked audio tape involving Daddy G.O., Bishop FELIX, and his 16-year-old minor church member who he was in a sexual relationship with leaked out on the internet. Listen.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Why that you don't like taking your bed?
Daddy, no, like I was doing something. I was feeling my
You know when you don't buy your when you don't bath, it makes your pussy to be smelly. Are you aware of that?
Daddy, I know.
Not taking your bed can make your pussy to be smelly, and I complain of that. And you don't want to take correction about it. Huh?
Daddy, I'm sorry. I'll start with my dad from now on.
Take your bed and be washing that thing very well. Are you okay? Want to be a little girl?
No.
Jesus.
I complained of that and you do not want to take correction. Who heard that with me? Please, how did Honorable Bishop, get to know which member of his congregation had foul-smelling genitals? Has genital inspection become part of the procedure or the prerequisites for Holy Communion? How did Bishop Felix get to know that this little minor, a church member in his church, has a foul-smelling genital? Food for thought. Let's continue.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Are you still ovulating?
No.
Huh?
Daddy, no.
Okay, let's in the morning now. 4.
Are you ovulating? Okay, let us see in the morning. I'm forget that I'm smiling. I'm beginning to get quite upset about this. Because what's getting me upset is not even the degree of what has happened, but the effrontery of some people to come out and defend their so-called men of God, even in the obvious sight of atrocities. Please, why in the world would a man want to know when a woman is ovulating? And when she said she's not ovulating, why is he inviting her for them to meet after she is done ovulating? Are we kids here? So this does not even show or prove that there was an existing sexual relationship between these two people. It also showed that the relationship, the sexual intercourse, was unprotected. Because if there was protection, he would care less about ovulation or not, because he's going to use protection. But for Pastor Bishop Felix to be worried or concerned about the cycle of this child, that clearly points to the fact that unprotected sex was what was happening between these two. And he wanted to be careful so as not to get her pregnant. Let's go on.
But then there's something I want to tell you. Daddy, I think Mama is away.
Is it?
I think Mama is away.
That I'm sleeping with you.
Yes.
Mama is aware that I am sleeping with you? In fact, this is the last camel that has broken the straw's back. And trust me, that is not a mistake. This is the height. This is the final admission of guilt, of the existence of this abuse. And if this is not clear admission, I really do not know what else is. This little child says in this leaked audio tape that Mama is aware. And he boldly, clearly, unequivocally, as we all have heard, asked, aware that I am sleeping with you? Are you kidding me? What else is in doubt? From his lips to the media's ears, he just admitted that he was sleeping with this minor. What are we talking about? Why is this a case? Why are we even discussing this?
Go tell her.
I don't know. The time she called me, she was asking me some kind of questions about it. I was like, Ma, I don't know what you're talking about.
What did you answer her?
I told her that I don't know, that nothing like that is going on. She was still insisting about it. She was not like, if maybe I'm doing social and I try it again, I'm going to die.
Do you tell her it's true?
I didn't tell her it's true.
What did you tell her?
I told her that nothing like that is going on. But she said that she saw it spiritually.
The miracle have told her something like that. Are you hearing me? She was telling me something of me betraying her. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Never accept that. She have asked me something of that before. I told her it's not true.
She said I'm going to die if I do it again.
Yeah?
She said I'm going to die if I do it again.
So after listening to the whole of this tape, it is clear who this Mama that was in question is. Mama obviously is Bishop Felix's wife. Now that brings us to another angle of these atrocities happening in the church. My dear audience, tell me why a woman, a wife, a mother, an adult with pubic hair will find out that her grown-ass husband is assaulting a child, a minor, and her first impulse is not to call on the authorities, is not to caution her husband and call him to order. Her first impulse is to start threatening that child that she's going to die if her husband sleeps with her again. Can you see the extent of the decay that is happening right now in the house of God? Now, Mommy G.O.'s approach is to turn the victim to the villain and turn her villain husband to the victim and start threatening the true victim with death. Wonders, they say, shall never end. Look, guys, I will tell you for free, and when I tell you this, you can take it to the bank. The biggest accomplices and enablers of these sexual crimes, manipulations, and atrocities going on in the church, especially in Nigeria, are the wives of these pastors and bishops. A greater percentage of the time, more often than not, these pastors' wives, these mommy GOs, are fully abreast of their husbands' atrocities, but either choose to turn a blind eye and look the other way, or expressly enable these crimes. If this is not the case, tell me somebody why Pastor Mrs. DURUEBUBE, the wife of Bishop FELIX, who stands accused and obviously admitted to sleeping with a minor, will come out on social media to boldly and shamelessly make this post shortly after her husband was arrested for statutory rape. Let us read what she had to say. Now, she made this post known via her Facebook page. Her Facebook name is Clara Peters Okpara DURUEBUBE, and she said, the purpose, I'm going to say it in her own demeanor because the wordings of these posts says it all. So I'm going to describe it in a very dramatic demeanor, just as she would have. The purpose is already defeated. I stand with you and I will stand with you. You are my best and I will always cherish and love you till eternity. We are Team DURUEBUBE. We dey make impact. Please, this is a formal notice to anyone who insults me on this page. I won't take it lightly with anyone. I love and cherish my husband a lot and my family. Enough is enough. If your water is bitter, mine is not bitter. Oh. This is me covering my face in shame for this woman. Madam, there is very little need for anybody to insult you. You have already not only insulted yourself and your family, you have humiliated yourself. And posterity will not be kind to you. Mommy G.O., let me ask you, have you listened to the audio recording between your husband and this child? Did you hear him admit to sleeping with the baby, to sleeping with the child? Did you hear your husband, your love, your king, admitting to having sex with a minor? Come on, this is crazy. This is beyond crazy. Look, I do not encourage, if it's not what she wants to do, I do not insist that she must have come out to also drag her husband online. Okay, her husband is already being dragged on social media. I don't expect his wife to come and join in the dragging, but the least she should have done, the least she could have done, was to have kept her mouth shut. Silence in this case is golden. Not releasing a statement that seems like you are endorsing the action of your husband, as if your husband is the victim, as though this is a result of jealous people or people that want to see your family fall. This is obvious what your husband did. What is wrong with some pastors and pastors' wives? For crying out loud, this woman could as well have had a daughter. If she didn't want to castigate her husband or divorce him, and she feels that remaining married to a pedophile is ideal for her, by all means she can do it. But what is obnoxious is releasing this kind of statement. This is not loyalty. This is stupidity. And it just shows that this woman, along with many of her counterparts, are very aware, fully abreast of their husband's atrocities. And they will sell their conscience in a heartbeat just to continue enjoying all the benefits and privileges that comes from being pastor's wife. Before I wrap up this video, it's important that I mention that Pastor Felix has been arrested by the state's Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Unit, the state CID. He has been charged to court and has been slammed with a 2-count charge bordering on sexual offenses against the minor. He pleaded not guilty to the charges and he was granted bail conditions which he failed to meet, so he will be cooling his feet at the prison facilities and attending his trial from there until he can meet his bail conditions. I really do hope with every fiber of me that this case is handled transparently and speedily. And if Daddy G.O. is found guilty, should be handed down the strictest of punishments. Not only would this give closure to this child and her family, but it will also serve as a big deterrent to his colleagues who are engaged in similar activities. You can trust that as this whole situation unfolds and more information make it out, I will certainly bring it to your notice. So let me know all you think about the church, what is happening in the church right now in the 21st century, especially in Nigeria, where there are no checks and balances. Let me know what you think. Do you even think that people who stand accused of sexual offenses should even be granted bail in the first place? Let me know all your thoughts. What you think about pastors' wives always defending their husbands. Do you think that it's her job as a wife to be loyal to her husband and to stand beside her husband and to speak for her husband and defend her husband? Or do you think that this statement that Bishop Felix's wife released via social media is the height of stupidity? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, give this video a big thumbs up, drop all your feedback in the comment section, and stay glued for more. It's me, your girl Barrister Neza, and this is Nezaville. I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye.